I think there's a couple things people associate the South with is chewing tobacco, NASCAR, but I think probably a common known thing that actually isn't true is marrying your own family members. That's just a myth. Most importantly, mud riding.
We got some distinguished guests coming in.
Bringing Cody, Casey, and Matt Bros and those guys.
We brought them in and slapped them right in the face. Hope you're here to have a good time. This is about to happen to you.
There's a huge Mardi Gras mud ride coming up.
Dude. It's getting to be a big deal.
And we thought, man, what better way to make a splash than build a low blow 2.0. It seems like Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, Mississippi area, this southern states in general is known for mud riding. Down here, it's a lot of marshlands, a lot of swamps.
Yeah, it's definitely a lifestyle. People completely change the way they do things when you start going to mud rides.
I'll be honest with you, I don't like getting muddy. I like what it takes to get muddy.
And that's all that we knew as little kids. I remember playing in the yard with our Hot Wheels and we would make a mud hole. That's been our life for as long as I can remember.
Oh, deer camping four-wheelers, that's where it started. I cared more about the trail we took on the way to the deer stand than where we was going.
You don't get it until you do it. That's the way I was. The fun part is actually getting out there in a pair of waders and stomping around and slopping mud and towing your friend out.
There ain't nobody down here that ain't down to do donuts or put something on the rev limiter. That's just how it is, man. I can't explain it. I grew up down here, so I don't know any different.
I remember telling my mom, like, I wish I could do this for a living. Never would I have thought that would have turned into an opportunity to host Can-Am and Monster Energy at our shop.
We had this hunting unit that we had used hog hunting a couple times. It had tracks on it. We decided to take that one down, give it a little makeover.
We wanted to come with something really, really sweet. It didn't take long for a simple four-seater Defender that we can haul people around in to become a low blow 2.0.
The original low blow started out as a standard Defender. Dustin chops this cage on this thing.
That was one of the first 8-inch lifts we came out with. It was so crazy to people right then, it blew up.
We were trying to build one to one-up Low Blow 1. Low Blow 1 was so well known and people loved that thing.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull all the camo plastics off of it. We're gonna pull the tracks off of it, the factory suspension. Start from the top and work my way down.
So we started with a really cool rig that already had a lot of our S3 for Can-Am parts on it.
It had an S3 for Can-Am, front bumper, rear winch bumper, Nerf bars. We wanted to keep those on the build, so we took those off, repowder coated them.
And actually, we got to take it a whole nother direction from hunting, put our own spin on it now.
We're getting rid of this roof, and we're gonna put a much lower profile cage on it. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be sweet though. We put factory XMR Defender snorkels on it.
Since we've come from mud riding, we've been building big rigs for a long time. Like, we know those things that you gotta have. The most important part, and the thing that we're probably best known for, is our 8-inch suspension lift.
Adam, game plan. Finish up the Nerf bar on this side so we can roll it over to Keith. He's gonna go ahead and build the cage.
Yes, we kind of wanted to invert everything. We wanted to make this one silver and red. We wanted it to be loud, we wanted it to pop.
We want it to look like it came out of the factory that way. When we build something, we keep all that in mind.
We knew we wanted to put X3 seats in this one also, so we took 4 X3 seats and then built the cage based on how high we mounted them.
Cage isn't quite as low in that one, so it's more comfortable to ride in.
I think the cage came down 8 inches, so plenty of headroom.
It's crazy to see the evolution of mud riding. People prioritize things where we like big lift, big wheels, big tires.
We put a set of 37-inch EFX Moto Havoc tires, 24-inch BCR wheels. Gave us a one-off custom set, super clean. If I had to say what they would be, kind of like some backwoods Ninja Stars.
It's going pretty good. It's got to go to wrap tomorrow, so it's got a little bit of stuff to do to it today, but we're actually kind of halfway on track for this one. Now we can just get the rest of them ready in time.
This is going to be a unique weekend for us, and it's going to require a little bit more effort because we've got some special guests coming down. That puts us in a little bit of a frenzy, man.
Hey Adam, where's your good fuel can at? Key ingredient.
We were like, we need to probably do something with the way it looks around here.
Sketchy pallet fire time. Just got too many junky pallets around the shop.
I don't know if people realize, but when you got all the things going on that we do, cleaning up the shop is quite an undertaking.
We gotta put our most prestigious builds right here front and center for everybody to see when they come in the shop.
Oh, it's always a nightmare.
Should I monster truck over this one?
I'm trying to church this place up a little bit, you know what I mean? I'm gonna get my mullet tightened up before they get here.
It seems like no matter how good our intentions are, things seem to spiral out of control around our group.
Oh man, about to get stuck.
No, I'm not surprised it got stuck in the mud. It's got slick tires on there because they're the same ones I had on there in 1988.
Oh man, this ain't good. She done now.
Maybe it's more ironic that we're getting ready for a mud ride, we're cleaning up the shop, we hadn't even made it out of the parking lot yet, and we got stuff stuck in the mud.
Right now, light bar testing.
Yeah, the white goes to the positive.
White, black, green. Green is your control. Put a bunch of Baja Designs lights on it. Front 40-inch light bar, rear 20-inch light bar. It's getting to be a big deal.
They made a custom light for us that was red backlit that was super sweet.
Let's just do it on a toggle, red backlighting, and that way it's only on when we want it to be on. We don't know exactly who all's coming. We've heard big names are coming.
Quite a few people with Can-Am coming down.
Oh, well, there's two of you.
Phil Henderson came from Can-Am Marketing.
Good to see you, man. How you doing?
Welcome to S3.
Good buddy of ours, been involved with Visions of Victory since the very beginning.
Matt Tantrup.
It's good to be down here and
Heck yeah.
see the whole operation.
One of the head designers for Can-Am, the guy that designed the Defender and the X3.
And I had a couple ideas I was gonna bounce off of them and stuff.
Shauna. Casey Currie, about to be here in just a minute, like literally just a few minutes. And he's gonna ask if we're here, so tell him that there's not a Dustin Jones that works here.
Casey and Cody Currie, some of the biggest names in off-road and rock crawl racing. He's gonna send Cody in as his decoy.
They race everything. Casey and Cody, they do a lot with Can-Am. They run King of Hammers.
Bro, what did you wear it? Bro, look at this dude's get up.
That's when I knew these dudes was here to party.
Somehow, freaking pick your poison.
I think in typical S3 fashion, we brought him in and slapped him right in the face. Like, hey, hope you're here to have good times. This is about to happen to you.
So, to welcome you guys as our special guests, we've got you set up with the Louisiana Mud Ride Starter Kit. So we got you some Mardi Gras themed shirts, we got you some Mardi Gras dress jackets, and we're gonna let you make your very own jorts for this weekend. Well, let's freaking fire these things up.
Everybody knows a good Louisiana redneck has some jorts.
Oh, look at that beautiful fray. Second most important thing of doing jorts, they cannot be the same length. Boom. They're not even close. That's gonna be showing more than thigh. That cut is terrible, Cody. That's way too short. That was almost too short for the back pockets. That's not bad.
The situation, it was pretty exciting, and now I'm kind of nervous, to be honest with you. There's regrets.
Look at him buttoning the top button. He knows how to be classy.
We're trying to make these guys get the full experience of Louisiana. It's a little different people, we're a little different breed, but man, we like having fun, and we freaking like mud riding.
That'll be one of the bigger ATVs that'll be out there.
Really?
Yeah. Is that ridiculous? Like, y'all don't see nothing like that back there, huh?
Never. Nothing.
So far, so good. Everybody's smiling and having a good time, man. Casey's freaking out. He keeps asking questions in between shenanigans. You can tell he's trying to figure out, like, how does this all work? So they're in for a big surprise.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that think we're crazy. If they've never done it, then they definitely think we're crazy.
I don't know what it is about it. It's all about style, 100%.
It kind of brings us back to our roots, brings us back home.
I knew there was a lot of expectations on our group, showing how good of a vehicle we built.
You want to have the most unique ride out there, that's what people do it for. They want to have the nicest, coolest, wildest looking ride.
That's ultimately what we want. But we hadn't gotten to test Low Glow 2.0.
The whole styling of it with the low cage and as long as it is, man, it just looks so sweet to me, man.
We wanted to go out there, put it through its paces, put it in some holes, see how it does. And ultimately, we wanted to make sure that every guy that came down here and was visiting with us had a good time.
This was a huge Mardi Gras mud ride at Muddy Bottoms ATV Park.
Everybody calls it the Disneyland of mud parks. It is the nicest mud park and has the most amenities than any other park that I've ever been to.
Prepping the waders. These have been used since Canada, so. I'm ready, dude. Once we get everyone around, then I'll get more comfortable, figure out how this actually works, but so far, so good. Yeah, baby!
I learned there's two ways, slow and easy or called skimming. The skimming sounds way more exciting to me.
Oh, it's gonna blow their minds. They're in them side by side. They're gonna be cruising and have a little fun. I'm on the 850, so you know I'm gonna send it.
Coming out here is totally different. First, we don't have trees and we don't have mud. I've never been in the mud anywhere, anytime.
We always avoid mud when it's your own car. Actually doing it is way different than watching our videos. This is insane. There's mud that you just smash through.
Turn left, point it straight, and put it on the wheel.
Not only did I want to show these guys a good time, but I wanted to lead by example with what these Can-Ams are capable of. Like, you don't have to take it easy on these things. These things are built to beat.
You know, like 5 minutes into meeting Dustin, I knew that it's gonna be an adventure. So if we're gonna do anything, we're gonna go 100%.
I think every mud ride starts off with the plan of let's take it easy the first day, but man, it never fails. That plan goes to the wayside. Everybody there was covered head to toe within 10 minutes.
Oh, man. The dudes actually, they got a knack for it. These cats can drive.
I've never, dude, never.
And I think their style of riding is 100% throttle 100% of the time.
What's really funny is not many people know this. Casey Currie is complete OCD and like a neat freak.
I definitely ruined a t-shirt that I've never done before, but
I don't think I'm super OCD. I just cannot stand mud anywhere on any vehicle.
It's like, it's hard to believe he's putting himself in that situation.
so my entire life we've avoided mud, so this is pretty epic.
These dudes like to party as much as we do. I'll tell you that right now. They are here for a good time. Let's keep going.
Let's go.
So it literally went to 100 within just a few seconds of getting out there riding.
It's like taking everything I've learned my entire life, throwing it out the window, and then just destroying everything you got.
You drive everything like that. There's no fun in driving things how you're supposed to.
You find the first hole that you can and you take it as deep as you can.
It's very similar to like rock crawling, I guess you could say, because first you gotta be worried about your diffs and your axles and your CVs, and the clay here is ridiculously strong. I mean, they'll just swoop those tires and lock them up.
There's a technique that I think we had learned from being here of reading the water, or I don't even know what it is, but somehow they knew where the holes would be in the middle of a lake and would drive us right into it.
First thing coming to mind is like, how deep is this gonna go, and am I coming out the other side? It's just crazy. The feeling is so weird, like can't see your feet, and you know, it's just, okay, this is meant to be, everyone else is doing, I guess I'll just do the same thing. If we're gonna walk off that cliff, we're all going together.
But that's when I knew, like, all right, these guys are prepared. Like, they want to have a good time. They want us to show them the wildest and craziest mud ride that they would ever experience anywhere. It just so happens they came to the right place and they're with the right people.
It's brisk outside.
California temperatures, this is below freezing. It's chilling.
Good morning. We want to welcome y'all again to the C&D Kitchen. That's Casey and Dustin.
DJ and Casey are pretty much like world-renowned chefs by now. Like, I mean, we're all set.
What's funny to me is how quickly Casey adapts. Overall.
Next year I'll have a car. I don't know what it's gonna look like yet, but I'm gonna have myself a mud car for sure.
Get with Louisiana. Sweet. Sweet. Yeah, boy.
Matt flew in last night, just showed up this morning while everybody was sleeping.
Made it in. Took a red eye to get in here just to see this mud ride.
You know, I got to come out here and see what mud riding is all about. I'm sure I'm going to regret it in about an hour.
Can't wait to be cold and full of mud.
When you get commitment like Matt Burrows had for a mud ride, you can't go wrong.
They flew all night, so I didn't know how much fun they were gonna have because the conditions were less than desirable as far as like temperature.
I need the full experience. I don't know, ride a quad.
I feel like this is an opportunity for something to go bad.
Casey wanted to ride the Renegade because Quentin.
I saw them all jumping into the pond yesterday.
Quentin is a good role model if you like to tear a lot of things up and do a lot of wild stuff.
It's your first time to ride a quad?
No, I think I've ridden quads.
You think you've ridden quads before?
I was 12.
And I won't lie, like, it looks cool. Quentin makes it look fun.
Oh, God.
You know those videos when the kids get told they're going to Disney World and like they tear the house apart running around packing their bags and stuff even though they got school tomorrow and they're not leaving for a month? That's literally the level of excitement, but it didn't fade.
The second day was to tear everything up that we could. Hit the worst holes, go to the woods.
If you can water wheelie one-handed, especially like I can, and drag your backhand in the water.
There's an art to the water wheelie.
I mean, this is a skill that not everybody has.
Casey was a little timid. We started getting him by the end of it. He just wanted to see if we could do it.
Number one, for photos. Number two, so that way all the chicks are looking at you.
One trail we went on was 10 lanes wide. The one hard thing for me is the 2 lanes can look exactly the same, but one can be 10 feet deep and one's only a foot deep.
Oh, it's just epic riding them quads in the woods, just ripping the mud. And to me, that's just what it's all about. It's that whole adventure.
Casey's ruined. He'll never look at mud the same, that's for sure. And his eyes were open like it was the great awakening for mud riding.
You know, honestly, I never really thought about it. Like anyone in California, I don't even own weight, never walked around in water, never walked around in mud before.
Me and Casey are gonna run them on the Renegades real quick, and then Cody, Burrows, and Tantrum are gonna run them in the side-by-sides.
Muddy Bottoms is one of the parks that used to hold big mud events as far as racing.
I've told them that we came from mud racing, but I know that they have no concept of what mud racing is all about.
I have no idea what I'm doing. My goggles will follow you. Turn left, go fast.
No, they had no idea what they were getting into.
And so this was my opportunity to show them, this old dog still got it, boy. You cannot see a thing when you're in the middle of a mud race. You have to memorize the track.
Wide open. I would say that you could see things from about 20 feet rather than you're blind just holding a pin.
I got a good start, but then I got scared, dude.
I already knew what they were going to look like after doing that. They went from white teeth, California suntan to Oompa Loompa clay orange in one lap.
I took that one, number one right there.
I knew coming here this was gonna be fun. My favorite part, I don't know, there's so much different stuff. We went from high-speed skimming the water to deep hole water to deep mud. Pretty epic.
The Jones group and the Currie group, man, we meshed well. I think we all had a great time.
I wasn't ready to quit riding. It's just as fun to ride and have a good time as it was to see them have a good time.
Mud riding is just fun. It's a good social experience. But I think beyond that, it's an opportunity for us to build some camaraderie. And I think we've really built some lasting friendships with these guys.
It's about going out with everybody and everybody having a good time, man. Honestly, no matter what happened, and we had a ton of fun, man. It was a super memorable weekend for sure.
Originally, this was just supposed to be a ride for our group, but it quickly escalated to where we didn't have enough vehicles for everybody to ride. Campers RV kicked in and gave us some sick little X3 XMRs to make sure everybody had a good time.
Huge thanks to those guys, because without them, we wouldn't have been able to do what we did that weekend.
Yeah, this event is way bigger than I ever imagined. I didn't realize how many people come camping and just want to hang out in the mud. And you got to come firsthand. Videos just don't do it justice.
Oh, thank you.
Now, I see a pot out there steaming, fire out there kicking, crawfish out there soaking. It means it's time for a Louisiana crawfish boil.
About to go scare the guys in the hot tub real quick.
Yeah, we're bringing it.
But when you get around it, man, like it's enticing to be a part of that. Like you want a little bit of that Southern culture, and you can't help but want to be a part of it.
That backfired on DJ a little bit. That was extreme terror and pain at the same time.
But you could tell after this weekend, like this is not the last time we'll all get together. You'll see us again.
So anyway, let me tell my story.
Freaking struggling here. Oh, it's like sandpaper. Was that a good clean helmet pull off?
Yeah, that's all.
Part of the job.
I got freaking nerve damage. I'm about to start freaking handing out Judy chops on the rig.
After breakfast, we'll just take naps.
Got a speeding ticket already this morning and blew a good hole out right in the back of my jeans.
Be aware that we have an extra special guest today. His name is Chris Mash Bash Smash Burn.
Yeah. Is that my Dr. Pepper?
I'll go get you another one.
It's a Dr. Pepper situation. I already know I had 2 good more swigs out of that.